Prepared drivers also blend their fuel to prevent issues. Anti-gel will work to a point, but if the weather is severe enough, a blend of number 2 and number 1 diesel fuel can help significantly. When it's colder than 0 degrees Fahrenheit, adding number 1 diesel to the number 2 diesel will thin the fuel so it will flow through the filter more easily. Before fueling at a truck stop, always ask the fuel attendant what temperature the number 2 fuel is protected to, and if the fuel is blended or just treated with an anti-gel. Some, but not all, truck stops sell blended fuel. If the fuel at the truck stop is blended, ask the fuel attendant what percentage of number 1 diesel the fuel is blended with. If you're at a truck stop that does not sell blended fuel, you may need to blend it yourself. Follow these guidelines when blending fuel on your own. In temperatures below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, a 70-30 blend, or 70% number 2 diesel and 30% number 1 diesel, is authorized. When the temperature is below minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit, a 50-50 blend, or 50% number 2 diesel and 50% number 1 diesel, is authorized. Remember to continue adding anti-gel to your fuel tanks, even when you're blending fuel. The final step towards being properly prepared is to keep your fuel tanks as full as possible. Fuel in the tank will insulate the fuel from the cold temperature at the draw location. In other words, the more fuel in the tank, the less condensation or water will build up in the tank. Water in the fuel can be your worst enemy and will cause problems even before the fuel gels. Utilize your fuel stop when planning your trips and fill up often at fuel stops within Werner's established network. If gelling does occur, despite your attempts at the preventive tips just discussed, a different type of additive must be used to liquefy the gelled fuel. An equivalent additive should be used with this kind of fuel emergency. While you should have at least 2 bottles on your truck at all times during the winter months, in case of emergency, it should only be used by an outside service provider to get the truck running again, as the fuel filters will need to be replaced. Preparation goes a long way in keeping your equipment running in the frigid temperatures of winter. As you're driving through the cold winter months, remember to watch the weather forecast, treat your fuel with anti-gel, blend your fuel if necessary, and keep your tanks as full as possible. By following these winter fueling guidelines, you can prevent most fuel-related service calls. If you have any questions regarding winter fueling guidelines, please contact your fleet manager or the fuel department at 866-902-3896.